Hi, welcome to Beyond Focus TV show. I'm your host, Victoria Steve, and on tonight's show, we have model and CEO of Cats Casting, Katherin Jennings-Vermeille, aka Mrs. Empire State. But first, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Beyond Focus TV allows you to discuss contemporary topics affecting the Caribbean people on both a national and local level. The show features informed guests who offer insight, debate, and evaluate various issues. Beyond Focus TV builds on the station's mission to provide useful information to the Caribbean people in New York and abroad. Beyond Focus TV, where our viewing audience can get educated, informed, and empowered.
Welcome back. I'm Victoria Steve, and this is Beyond Focus TV. We're joined today by Katherin Jennings-Vermeille, but I want you to do your introduction. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, hi everyone, my name is Katherin Jennings-Vermeille. I'm Mrs. Empire State of the Regency International Pageants. I'm a model and I'm also the CEO of catscastings.com. You can check us out at blog.catscastings.com. We focus on models, actors, production, and trying to get them together to work together in the industry.
So how did you start it? How did you get into entertainment?
The crazy thing is, I started out as studying in accounting back in 2011, and a friend of mine decided he wanted to start a modeling agency. And one of the things that's important about being in a modeling agency is that, the financial part needs to be, a big situation.
Yeah.
So, since I was in school, I was like, hey, listen, if you don't mind, I don't mind doing like an internship with you and getting my feet already on the ground. So by the time I graduate, it would be like boom, bam, boom. I could just jump into like a real job.
Yeah.
So, after working with him probably like a year and a half, one of the photographers was like, why don't you model? And I was like, me model? I'm like 5'3". What am I gonna do? Most of the girls are very tall, super, super skinny. And I was just like, I don't know. And they were like, well, just try it out. So that's basically how it did. I started doing runway shows. I started doing print. The craziest thing is, most people think that just because your height is not of standard that you can't model. The thing is, you have to do more in order to be like a standard model in the industry. So it's like you have to like dance on eyebrows because people just are like, oh, you're so short, what can you do? And you have to pretend like you're taller or you're larger than life, and then people will respect you. There's tons of times I've gotten paid for runway shows or got paid for like print ads, and it wasn't really an issue. I didn't really like discuss it with other models, only because the nature of the business. They get very catty when it comes to situations like that.
These are the other models. The other models get catty.
Right, because they feel like, well, you're 5'3", you're short, you're definitely not going to get the job.
Yeah.
I'm the one who's tall and, Amazon-y and all of this and that.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, it's just your personality. If you have that great personality and you just talk to the designers, hey, listen, I'm just trying to get my foot in the door. Hey, listen, I'll just, if you trade me for an outfit, I'll do this photo shoot. And then the next time, they call you up and they be like, well, I have this outfit for you. Can you do a runway show for me? I had a designer fly all the way from Senegal.
Oh, wow.
And he called me on the phone and he's like, hey, listen, you've worked with me before. You never asked for anything. He was like, I made 2 dresses for you. He was like, I need you to walk in this show for me, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, where is it going to be at? I got to plan for it. If I got to travel, I got to make arrangements. He said, no, I'm coming to you. It's going to be in New York.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, oh, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And it was so amazing. The only downside to the whole thing was throughout the whole show, like, I was getting so much backlash from like the other models
because of your height.
Because I was I was the shortest person there. I'm being so serious, and all the other girls were like 5'9" and taller, and they were just so pissed off at the whole situation that was happening. Like, granted, they didn't know I got paid for it, but they were just like, "How are you in the show?" Like, they said industry standard, and I was just like, well, I know the designer, so it just kind of throws people off.
So what do you prefer more? Do you like print work? Because you said you've done board. Do you like print work, or do you like runways better?
Well, print pays more.
Oh, okay. So
Print is where the dollars are.
Say less.
But runway, it just even when I'm not specifically in a show, when I'm doing like production behind the scenes or like doing like preparation for it, it's just, I don't know what it is. It's just the excitement and the magic of being a part of a runway show is just so amazing. It just makes you feel so good, and it's just like this fast-paced situation, and you love it.
So what do some people might not know what goes on backstage? Like, how hectic is it backstage?
It gets pretty hectic.
Yeah.
You, as a model, you would have to be there on your set time. So if your hair time is at 1, usually they have 20 minutes to do your hair, and then they have another 20 minutes to do your makeup. So on average it takes much longer than that to do it.
Definitely.
So you have to be on time. And what happens is, if you're not there at your call time, you get skipped over, and then somebody else has to go. When you get skipped over, that also messes up the lineup for when you're lining up to go on stage to do the runway.
Did you have to learn that the hard way, or did you just...
No, I looked around and I said, oh no.
Okay.
I like to always show up places, well, except for today.
You were fine.
I usually like to show up super, super early.
Yeah.
Sometimes an hour and a half ahead of time, just in case, to cover my ground for traveling and everything, just in case any type of situation happens. But I always recommend that to other models and other artists who are even performing. Like, if you're going to be performing like a rap or a song or whatever, always come early. Cause,
oh, definitely.
If you didn't do your mic check the day before, you definitely need to come and check the mic now, because if you're gonna go on stage, you want to know, they got your levels right, they got the lighting right, they got how your performance is gonna be.
Preparation is key.
You have to prepare for that.
Yeah.
And if you get thrown on it and it just happens and it's a mess, you're gonna go down in history as like somebody who has like horrible shows. So you don't want to do that.
So, do you feel that, as a Black woman, like, do you feel that you're represented, like, with, like, your hair? Like, do you think it's easy for people to do your hair or makeup? Do you have to do it your own? Like, how's that when it comes to prepping for shows?
It's really hard, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you. There is plenty of times where I have compromised and let them put gel in my hair, let them brush my hair out, because I usually don't use brushes in my hair unless my hair is wet, like completely soaking wet. Yeah. So when it's dry, a brush is not going through this hair. Not at all. I won't let you touch it. Yeah. But I have compromised on certain things like that. But I prefer when they like have wigs and stuff like that. Like, I let them know I prefer it to be like that. But if you do have to alter my hair, I ask that you don't cut or dye it, because I am not with that. That is not... That's permanent, yeah. Yeah, that's like something that I'm just... there's nothing that's gonna go forward with that.
So tell us about Mrs. Empire State. Like, what... how did you feel winning? Tell us about that.
So what happened was, last year, I went to the national market, and I received 4th runner-up, and they awarded me the title of Mrs. Empire State when I participated in the pageant. So it was really nice. I technically didn't win it, but because I won 4th runner-up,
but you placed,
I received a new title so I can compete this year. So I'm super, super excited. I can't wait for, like, there's so much involved that I'm doing this year. I have a few fundraisers that I'm going to be going to. I also provide free financial classes for victims of domestic violence.
All right, but we'll just hold that thought. We'll be right back. Thank you so much. Welcome back. I'm your host, Victoria Steve, and this is Beyond Focus TV. We're here with Katherin Jennings-Vermeille, and she was telling us about how she placed at Mrs. Empire States.
Right. So I received fourth runner-up in the Regency International Pageant. So they awarded me the title of Mrs. Empire State. So I'll actually be going back this July to compete again.
Okay.
So it's super exciting. I'm going to be competing with girls from all over the world, from China, Singapore, Jamaica, Canada. It's going to be amazing.
So how did you hear about that? Like, how did you...
Actually, let me backtrack a little bit how I started pageantry. So, I started pageantry probably back in 2012, and a friend had asked me to join her. So I was just like, okay, I'll come with you to this thing. I'll see what it's like.
This is already a year after you started
modeling. So I was doing different things. It was when I started modeling, it went from like 0 to 60. I was doing magazine shoots, video shoots, everything. It was just like boom, bam, boom. So in 2012, I jumped into the pageantry world, and my friend started the journey with me. But before the finals, because usually what you see on TV is what's called the finals, she just dropped out. Oh. And I was just like...
Okay, did you feel abandoned? Yeah.
Like, what am I going to do? And I'm the type of person, once I start something, I'm just like, oh, I have to finish this. There's no way that, like, I'm going to stop. I'm going to go. So I competed in that pageant. I received third runner-up the first time. Second time I received second runner-up. In 2015, I won the title of Mrs. Caribbean Gemz. Shout out to Caribbean Gemz. I love you. And then I got in contact with the director of the Regency International Pageant, and I asked her if there was any like local New York State representatives that I can go and compete against. And she was like, no. She was like, I'll see you in June. I was like, oh, okay, I can do that. So she gave me the title of Mrs. New York, and that's how I started my little journey in the Regency International Pageant. So it was really, really cool, and still here today.
I know you mentioned that you're married, right?
Yes.
All right, and your husband's Haitian?
He is Haitian.
Okay. What nationality are you, though?
I am Jamaican and Puerto Rican.
Okay. So how do those two cultures collide in your household? Like, have you learned Creole or,
We basically speak English in the house. Most of the time when we go out, he tries not to speak Creole or French in front of me because he doesn't want to feel weird. Like, he'll just speak English back to the person he's talking to. It's kind of like, we're kind of Americanized. So we just basically speak English in the household. But.
Okay, well, still Ms Caribbean and stuff.
Exactly.
And so how do you feel that your relationship does your husband like supports, your modeling and stuff like that? Yeah, that's
in the beginning, there was a lot of things that he didn't really like about my modeling because some of the stuff was like, lingerie, little partial nudity. I've never done that like full nudity thing, but I have been in like a magazine, like a super risque magazine, but I was the only person who was like clothed. So I do broadcast it a lot because I'm proud of that. And the photographer, he actually used to be in porn.
Did you tell your husband that, right?
I told him afterwards, and he was furious. He was
so why did you tell me?
Right. So it was like, for me, it was a big accomplishment because he usually shoots people naked, and I was fully clothed, and he was like, this is a first for me. And I was like, well, it is.
Okay, all right. And I know I saw that you recently finished a photo shoot. Get back to casting. Right. You just finished a photo shoot with Mariah Lynn, right?
There was a video shoot on Saturday for Mariah Lynn. They actually canceled it, though.
But still, though.
Right. Yeah. So I was looking for some girls to do, like, some background work for Mariah Lynn's new song, Baseball Bat, I think it's called. And, you know, I work on stuff like that. People contact me or, you know, they get in touch with me and they look for, you know, background or models just for different things.
Okay. So what other artists or actors have you worked with?
I have worked with Jack Thriller before on the set of his show, getting a few models, like twerkers or whatever.
Okay.
But other than that, I usually stick to local designers, what you call it, web series, different things like that. So I haven't really done anything like with big name brand people. But definitely in New York, there's so much work out here.
Oh, definitely.
Like, there's so much work. There's
Definitely.
always things that are going on. Right now, Bridal Fashion Week is coming up, so they are looking for models. You know, just contact me. Let me know if you're going to be in New York.
This is the plug right here.
I'll be, you know, let me know so I can get you into the show. There is a lot of benefits with working on the off-season fashion weeks. Because like I said before, you get in contact, you get in good with a designer now, and then when the big shows come up, like every September, you're in there.
I didn't realize that there were off-season fashion weeks. So, like, I know there's one in September. That's the big one.
That's the huge one that everybody knows about.
Yeah.
There's one in February. Those are usually geared towards the buyers and like people who get the products that need to be into the stores. So a lot of those people go to the one in February. There's one in April, which is Bridal Fashion Week. The next one is June. June is Men's Fashion Week. Then there is the September, which is the regular fashion week. Then there's October, which is the second Bridal Fashion Week that comes on. So there's always a fashion week coming up. You get about a month break, and then you got to get ready to go get another one.
So how do you get plugged in? Is it because you're in the industry you get plugged in, or do you know, is it kind of like are the off seasons open to the public?
Well, the off seasons, yes and no. When it comes to getting into those shows, it really depends on the designer and how they feel. But if you do want to get into a show, you can definitely contact me. I will get you some tickets.
Okay.
Just, if you're going to come. Don't say that you're going to come and then don't come, because then can't help you out, bro. The next time you want to go and they see your name on the list and they'll be like,
no, not that person. So we're going to definitely talk about that more. But right now we're going to take a quick break. Welcome back to Beyond Focus TV. I'm your host, Victoria, and we are here with the lovely Katherin Jennings-Vermeille. So we were talking about Fashion Week. Did you go to Fashion Week, the last one, in February?
yes.
Okay, awesome. So what were some of your favorite shows?
One of my favorite shows was Irina, from Project Runway. She's so sweet and so amazing. Like, on the show, they make her look like a total... But in real life, she is just like the sweetest person you could ever meet. It's like so so crazy. There is a designer called Eleanor Albert, and he is actually from Puerto Rico. He's so amazing too. One of the shows that I didn't get to go to, but I heard it was amazing, was the Blondes New York. It clashed with some of the shows that I had going on, but oh my gosh, I was so excited to hear about like all the great guests that were there, and it was just so good. And Fashion Week, you meet so many different people from all over. You actually never know who's going to be the next big thing, so you can't always assume that a designer is going to be like, oh, who's that designer?
Yeah.
But you never really know, like, who's going to be, like, great or not. Like, I met a designer, I think, 2 or 3 seasons ago. His design name is called Couture Prince. He actually comes all the way, I think, from, like, Dubai or something like that.
Okay.
Kuwait. That's it, Kuwait.
Wait, where's Kuwait? Kuwait that's still in the Middle East, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's from Kuwait. And he flew over to New York. He did his design, and he actually did the dress for Miss Philippines, who won this year in Miss Universe.
Okay.
So
Do you feel like minorities are represented well in the fashion community, like Black fashion designers and stuff like that?
I think it's kind of up and down when it comes to that. A lot of times, a lot of the bigger designers are becoming more and more comfortable with working with people of color, which I noticed, unfortunately. I know you're going to be upset at this, but Gucci actually has a ton
I was going to ask you about that. I was going to ask you how you felt about that. Yeah.
Gucci has actually a ton of Black models that they work with.
Okay.
And it's so crazy. Even Tommy Hilfiger, he worked with Zendaya, you know.
They had a whole collection. I remember that. Yeah,
and it was just Black models. Oh my gosh, shout out to Grace Jones. She was
right, I saw her. Yeah.
It was so amazing.
Good for her.
I honestly think, and I don't want you guys to take it personal, and I know a lot of people get very, very upset when I say this.
Okay, no. I want to hear this.
I don't think that they really understand what's going on when they do certain things. Like the designer who did the Gucci collection with the blackface situation, if you watch the whole collection, that whole collection looks crazy. It's not just, he looks completely crazy. I need you to watch it. He had models who had copied of severed heads. They were walking down. Yeah, no, it's creepy. It's creepy.
It's like
and
shock
it's
art.
weird.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to do everything crazy that I can. And if I could do it, I'm just going to do it. He's that designer. I don't even remember his name, but he is crazy as hell. I was like, I tried to explain it to so many people, and they were just so mad at me. And I was just like, that dude is just crazy.
Yeah.
He specifically is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get mad at certain things. But, you know, rest in peace to Karl Lagerfeld. He was an amazing designer. He used to design for Chanel, his own collection, Coach, so many different things. Like, I can't even believe he always used to do his own photography also.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yes. It's like, he is so multi-talented, and the industry is really, really gonna miss him. He was such a positive influence, and he was actually one of the main designers that did not exploit women, Black women, or women altogether.
Didn't know that, but good job.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, I'm so sad when I heard that he died. I was just like, oh my gosh, no.
But he lived a full life.
He did.
Lived a very full life.
His love was fashion, and I got it, boo. I got it.
All right then. So who would you want to work with? Like fashion, you know, any fashion designer call you up, hey, we need you in the runway, need you in the show. Who's like your top couple of brands that you would love to work with?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know.
Like, put it out into the atmosphere. You never know.
I don't know, but I'm available to work. I'm ready to work. Anybody who's I wear a size 8.
Okay.
In dresses. So, you know, if you want to work with me, I'm going to Vegas in July. I'll be ready. Walk down any runway. If you got something to fit this, I'll wear it. Okay? Don't worry.
Do you like working in front or behind the camera more?
Me personally, I actually like working behind the camera. I know, like, I'm fun and having a conversation with you now. But sometimes I do actually get really, really nervous when it comes to, like, runway or doing stuff like that because, you know, you don't want to trip and fall. Like, people are recording that. People remember that. And they'll remember your face every time that you fall. Like the Asian girl who fell at the Victoria's Secret runway show 2 years ago. You never forget her.
Oh, my gosh. I do remember that.
She's actually been an angel for years. But you know what she got recognized for? Busting her face open on TV.
Yeah. That's all you have to say. It's like, do you remember the girl that fell? Like, and you're like,
and you know exactly who it is. But she got right up and she kept it walking. I know she cried backstage, but you know we still love you, boo thang. We do.
Before we go, I do want to ask you about Coupon Cart. Coupon?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us about that.
So, Coupon Cart Club is a meeting that I have every Tuesday where I discuss coupons, great deals, how do you save money, and on like my free time, what I do is I have free private classes for victims of domestic violence. So I help them coupon and I help them to shift their money into any financial situation to help them better.
I love that.
A lot of people think that domestic violence just affects you mentally and physically. No, it affects you financially as well. Especially if you're a woman, you're having a baby, you know, you want to focus on taking care of your baby, you want to protect your baby from the situation you're in. Now you don't have a ways of means. Now, the way you can do that is, start shifting, putting your money aside, hiding it in certain places so that you can make sure that once you actually run away, get out of that situation, you have your little stash pile right there and you're good. I've actually gotten a lot of flack for trying to push this and help other women. Men, they don't understand how the connection is. They're just like, well, why don't you just teach self-defense classes? I said, because it's just not, the fighting. It's not just, this is another way that you can fight back. Not everything is a physical. Sometimes it's mental.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's financial.
Exactly. And it could help anybody, So I see exactly why you'd want to start that. So before we go, just for the viewers that want to get in contact with you, give us how they can reach out to you.
So you can follow me on Instagram at Katherin_J, or if you're looking for a gig, trying to get in a show, want to get some tickets to a seat, or be in a film, just hit me on Instagram at Cats Castings, or just go to my website, which is blog.catscastings.com.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for coming out to talk to us.
Thank you.
If you'd like to get in contact with Beyond Focus TV, our website is right there on the screen, beyondfocustv.com. And thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Have a great night, guys.
Beyond Focus TV show wants and needs your feedback. Did we blunder? Please let us know so we can improve. Was the show helpful to you? Drop us a note so we can share the success with our staff members. Is there something you think we could do better? We welcome new ideas and new approaches to old ideas. Do you have a great suggestion? Let us know and we'll work on it. If you would like to share your comments anonymously, please send us an email at info@beyondfocusmedia.com. If you want to get in touch with the executive producer directly, send him an email at gene@beyondfocusmedia.com. We really look forward to hearing from you. We really look forward to hearing from you.